Morning, Jay here from I Wonder UK. It's day 47 of the Southwest Coast Bus Challenge. Had a good night last night, absolutely not a drop of wind. I normally wear a hat in bed, as you can probably tell. That went off after about 15 minutes and I didn't even have my sleeping bag zipped up. For some reason, the warmth of the world just stayed in last night. But this morning we're sorry, that sounded a little bit aggressive. Dealing with dew, and there's a lot of it. The tent is soaked. The sun is coming up. I've been up for about an hour. I'm outside. Today will be April the 16th, 2022, and I'm outside in a shirt and a pair of shorts. So that's how mild it is. I was outside at 6:30. It's a little bit fresh within 10 minutes. The sun's coming up and it's actually warming my back as we speak. I'm just a little bit east of Sidmouth. Today I'm heading for Seaton, and I think we've got a bit of a, not a challenge, but we got some ups and downs, especially first thing in the morning. But let's go and give it a go and see how it works out. Had a really late start this morning, not because I laid in or whatever. I was up before the sun got up and it was very dewy on the grass, but I could see the light already, so I got out of bed quickly and changed up my routine and actually made my tea and porridge outside this morning. But I got up first of all and there was two lads I met last night, Alex and Francisco, and Alex was up as well, so he walked past the tent and got chatting, so that took a good 20 minutes away. And I was packed up, ready to go. It's like 9:30 now. And another bloke walked past, Ed, who works in an outdoor equipment shop. I just must spent 20-30 minutes with him chatting. And I wouldn't change it for the world. It's really, really cool to be chatting to people about like-minded stuff. But I've just come down a lot of steps that you probably won't be able to see, and I've got a few lumps in front of me up and down to start the day, several later on, and then I think it eases off as we get to Seaton, but we'll see. Walking down these grass slopes is normally quite pleasurable compared to the steps or gravel or stones, but this morning, even though it's dry, all the moisture we had last night, the grass is really, really slippery. I just shunted myself a minute ago, so I need to perhaps slow it down a bit when I'm on the grass and think about it a bit more. Right, that's Salcombe Mouth done. Drop down the hill and there are steps. And up the other side, and there's slopes and steps. We've got it done. It's not ideal to get it first thing in the morning. I know we like to get my legs warmed up, but you've seen worse, but you've also seen better. Heading now for Western Mouth, I think. About 1.25 miles, something like that. But back out on top of the cliff top again, so lovely. Last night, to get a bit jump start on today, because I knew there was more climbs, I was considering going down Salcombe Mouth and back up it and then exploring a little bit further on, because I had 3 or 4 different potentials, but I'm glad I didn't. It was level and a nice field. But look at the quality of the soil up here. That's just in the fields, all the stones, so I don't know what it would have been like trying to get a peg in up here. There are some level spots like I identified, but yeah, a little bit closer to the path, so happy with last night's call. Another little spot on the top of here, ideal for a wild camp. Grass is a bit long, but plenty of different options to get one side or the other out of the wind. Here's the next contender, Western Combe above Western Mouth. Let's go and have a look. Got down to the beach, literally walked along the beach for 20-30 metres and then cut back up. And there are steps. And you clear the steps and then there's a slope. I'll show you in a second. Branscombe Cove, it's about 2.5 miles. But the steps are steps. They're not savage and they're certainly not gnarly. But there's steps. Enjoy. After the steps there's this nice green pasture land to be walking up. I'm going to stop for a second. Somebody just up in front of me there. Enough to slow your rate down, but again, not savage. From the beach you go up steps, clear those, go up a slope, and then, I'm afraid to say, more steps. And there's lots of them. I'm not going to count them, I don't want to know, just to let you know. After the drop down to Western Mouth, you literally walk down onto the beach, like I was saying before. 20-30 metres, turn left, you've got a set of steps going up, then a slope, then another set of wooden steps, and at the top, some mud steps. But then you break out onto the top of Western Cliff, and it's a lovely little walk, so keep at it. The top of Western Cliff, so it's a nice, easy, relax, keep your legs just ticking over after your climb. If you come over Western Cliff, it opens out to pastures. There was one cow in there or anything. And it turns into Cox's Cliff, just before the Kissing Gate, where that couple are now. There's a little hook in there. Just take a look in there. You need a bit of a head for heights. Because I think there's a building down there, but the view is pretty good. You can sit up above these gorse bushes. It's not a clear day today, so you can't quite see the previous headland. That's the sort of grey going back into red. Now they're getting grey into white. After dropping down just a little off of Cox's Cliff, go through a little path and then drops down, and there's like a little tiny car park, enough room for about 5 cars. You need to turn left there and then follow this track. It's like a, I don't know, like an access road, I guess, but where to, I don't know. But it's in the shade, which is quite nice at the moment because it's midday now and the sun is getting quite warm. That'll be the first sighting of Branscombe Mouth. So we need to go down, drop down to the beach level. It looks like there's a path going up the other side there, centre of the screen now. After you drop down to Branscombe Mouth, there's a slope in front of you, East Cliff I think it's called. But don't worry, when you get to the top of the slope there's some steps. Yeah, it's warm now as well. Stretch your calves out, put it that way. Tell you what I have noticed since I left Sidmouth, well not every, but most of the cliff tops got flat bits on the top, so that's the view from Minehead looking back. pretty spectacular. I'm trying to find something for scale. Ah, right at the bottom of the screen, just to the left of centre, 3 people laying out. As you can see at the top there's the new lookout tower on the top of the cliff. As you drop round Beer Head, you've got New Horizons. I'm guessing that's Beer, probably just tucked into the side, just in front of where them people are to the left. And centre of the screen now is Seaton. It's not very clear today, is it? Weirdly enough, and I need to, let's just try and zoom in a bit. I need to get down to Seaton, through it and back out the other side, so I need to be looking for hopefully a flat top cliff. Drop down from Beer Head, just like over pastures, grass basically, past a little caravan camping site, and then turns into a little tarmac road, and it's about a third of a mile into Beer. Back at the Bay and Beer. All the cliffs are white now. Quite popular. It's quite small as well. From Beer, it's literally a few steps up, coming away from the village, and you follow this really smooth tarmac track. Okay, Sunday afternoon stroll over to Seaton, which I think is about 2 miles from Beer. Been on the beach for a few days, so I decided to drop down to the shore, but I'm not sure if I might regret it, because it's all pebbles and already my tendons are screaming at me. But it can't be that far to Seaton. Don't stop me now, I'm going to get down.